Alrighty. We are back. Bada bing, bada boom. I've got to pop the chat out. I haven't done this in a while. It's been 2 weeks. I took a break off. I've seen people are in the chat already. Welcome in. Let me pop that out so I can actually see it. There we go. Welcome in. Devon, Archer, Crimson, Damon, and I've already said Archer because you said something twice. International break before game week 4 is utter woke nonsense. Genuinely, the thing is, like, I kind of usually throughout the international breaks and stuff, I try and keep like a a regular kind of upload schedule if I can. But like, I had already kind of planned to have this as a holiday, which eventually didn't end up happening because of certain things. So I'd kind of already mentally checked out of these 2 weeks. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to have a break. I have not had a break for a year and a half. I've been constantly uploading on this channel for a year and a half. So I took a break. So yeah, we're going to, we've got about 15 minutes until kickoff. We're going to obviously do the bingo card. We're going to look at the lineups, and they are weird from both teams. Very weird. Ours makes sense that it's weird. Theirs is, again, kind of due to injury or, some players being absent. But hopefully we can have a good game. And a lot of the stuff on the bingo card has already basically not able to happen because of certain things going on in the lineups. So, yeah. So far today, the results have been pretty boring from what I've seen. There's been a lot of 1-0s and 0-0s and things like that. I think the only scoreline that's above a 1-0 was the Arsenal game. They beat... who do they beat? I think Spurs just beat someone 3-0 as well, right? Spurs and Arsenal both won 3-0, I believe. So I think Spurs beat West Ham, but they had a red card halfway through the game. I don't even know who Arsenal played. Was it Forest? I think they played Forest. You haven't seen the lineups yet. Well, you're in for a treat because yeah, these are wild. These are very, very wild. First of all, before I do anything, I've got to remember to do this. This is our matchup for today. It's Brentford versus Chelsea. It is an away game, and the thing which is interesting about this is that not only is this the 4th London derby in a row that we are playing, it's also the start of 4 away games that we will be playing in the space of 10 days. We've got Bayern Munich up next as well. Obviously, I'm going to be trying to do watchalongs for all of those. Might not be able to do as much kind of content during that time, so I probably won't have enough time to do 2 videos per match, but we'll try our best. Villa Everton was a good match. Personally, I didn't see it. I'll have to check up on the match of the day. Hope that that's pretty good. I think that's worked. Cool. So let's quickly hop into the pre-match stuff, and we can do the bingo card first. Okay, so again, most of this is standard stuff that we usually have on here. Some of it is stuff which is completely stuff which, because I put the bingo card out before I see the lineups, and I don't change it after the lineups come out because I feel like that'd be a bit weird if I did that. So I kept it the way that I had it before the lineups went out. So a lot of this stuff can't even happen. We have forgot the timer. We have a Caicedo player of the match. We have clean sheet. We have a Sugo Moises sub. Now, I think that's one of the ones that can't happen because I don't think a Sugo's on the bench. Andre Santos is, though, so you know what? I said I wasn't going to change it. I'm going to change it. Screw it. I'm changing it. This is Santos. This is Santos now. We have a Steve goal. Again, he's not in the squad. Apparently, he's ill. He has just come back from a Brazilian international game in Bolivia, one of the highest altitude places you can play football in, so I didn't expect him to play. Who should I replace this with, then? Let's do Garnacho. I assume is Garnacho on the bench. I assume he's on the bench. I can't remember. Let's do Nacho. We got a Hato app. We have Caicedo enemy number 1. That's normally on here. Sanchez wonder save. On second look as normal. Unlikely goal scorer as normal. Me turning foreign as normal. We have a Mark return golazo. This cannot happen because he's not in the squad. Again, he was like the 21st man is what they call it. You have a 20-man squad, then you have like extra players that can fill in if someone drops out. He was the 21st man, so he's not going to be here. So I don't know what to put for this. Let's do... well, you know what? Let's... I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't know. That one's a failure. We have free space as always. We have Maresca ball in full float as always. We have me swearing at the refs as always. Why is it in black and white? Worldy. over 2 common players. Now, this one's going to be quite difficult because we haven't got the starting common players that we usually do. This correct prediction is not going to be correct. I absolutely do not believe that we are not getting more than 1 goal in this game because of certain things that are going to be happening in their lineup. We'll talk about that in a bit. We have Gittins goal/assist. We have a James assist. We have a debut, and spoiler alert, that's already checked off. We have a weird sub. We have a VAR goal, and then top of the league, because if we do win this game, we will, temporarily at least until tomorrow, when the results tomorrow happen, we will be top of the league for the first time in a long time, so that's great. Let us move into the lineups now. I also need to bring the chat back up because it's closed. There we go. Let's look at the lineups first. Let's talk about Brentford's team first, because this is weird. So the one player that you're if you look through the list, the one player that you don't see here in the bench and in the starting 11 is Mikkel Damsgaard, who is obviously their kind of main creative player. He's that, central 10. And because of that, they have decided to not play a 4-2-3-1 like I was expecting and hoping for, and instead they've gone to a back 5. This is like I think it's the 4th time in a row we've played a back 3 or a back 5. Oh, it's going to be a bloody knackering game, this, I tell you. It's going to be really boring. So, obviously, we have Caoimhin Kelleher, who's their goalkeeper. Again, another one who usually plays well against us. The back 4 is pretty much the same as it normally is. They've brought in Pinnock to play that 3rd centre-back role. Same back 4 as always, but obviously it's now back 5 with Pinnock being in there. Henderson and Yarmoliuk played last time, but they've added in Matthias Jensen. And then, of course, Mikkel Damsgaard and Dango Ouattara have come out. We've got Sharda and Thiago playing as these 2 up top. Ouattara is on the bench, though, so he can come on. But apart from that, it's pretty standard. Again, it's that horrible 3-5 or 3-5-2 or, 5-3-2. And because of that, they're probably going to play very pragmatically, and it's going to be really annoying. Let's move into the Chelsea lineup, and the graphics, as usual, are absolutely stellar. Well done to our media team, because this is absolutely beautiful. And this is wild. Here we go. Here we go for a wild thing. So we've decided to take a leaf out of the Mikel Arteta school of playing defenders, and we've got 4 centre-backs in the team, with Fofana playing as the right back, Chalobah, Tosin as the 2 centre-backs, and Yorel Hatto as the left back. We have Caicedo and Enzo, who are the strongest 2 players in the team, in my opinion, who are kind of playing in that central role. A bit worrying that we're not kind of trusting the other players, because clearly we are rotating for the Bayern game and because of certain players coming back late from internationals and stuff. The really interesting thing is that, again, this has been set out as a kind of 4-2-3-1. We have Neto and Gittins on the wing, but the really interesting thing, Facundo Buonanotte, first game in a Chelsea shirt, and he's starting, which I really didn't expect this early. Palmer is on the bench. He's clearly coming back from his injury. Oh, Nacho is on the bench. Good. We don't have Guillou on the bench. He's been replaced by George, obviously. George is staying on the bench. We don't have Isugo, who obviously has his injury. So, again, I just realised, why did I have the Isugo sub thing in? He's injured for, ages. Don't know why I had that on there. But, yeah, so he's not there. We obviously have Achampong and James who can come on. We have Gusto who can come on. This is going to be really, really weird, and no Lavia as well is another interesting one. No Lavia in the squad. He's obviously coming back from his injury, and we saw him in training, so we thought he could play. Now, as I said, because this is 4 centre backs, this is going to operate a bit weirdly. So let's get these out of the way, and let's kind of put the team. We'll put the team how it's kind of lined up on the lineup here, but I think it's actually going to be a bit different to how it actually looks on the lineup in general. We'll put in Caicedo and Enzo. We have Neto on the right, Gittins on the left, Buonanotte as this thing, and he has taken the number 40 for the record, which is a bit weird. I'm not sure why James isn't playing. I think it's because he's being saved for Bayern. I would imagine so. He's obviously been playing in the internationals, and I don't think that Maresca kind of wants to risk him getting injured before Bayern by having too much load. Now, okay, so this is weird because it lined up in a really odd way in the actual lineup screen, and the lineup screen could be wrong. Obviously, we know we're not staying as a back 4. We know that. It's very clear. For my money, it makes more sense for Hatto to be the one that inverts into midfield, with Enzo obviously going into this position, right? So we get this kind of this thing. The issue with this is that the way it's lined up, that puts Chalobah in the central role, which I don't think makes sense. So I think that they've just got the lineup a little bit wrong, and it will be Tosin playing on this side with Chalobah playing here. If not, and it is the other way around, it would be really weird, but the other way is obviously Fofana playing a bit further up, or playing almost like a bit of a right back. He has played at right back at times, and then we've got these 3 as the 3 centre backs. I personally would just see Hato invert. We've seen him play a little bit like that in the past, but I would just play Tosin Central and Chalobah here. So I think the lineup might just be a little bit fadangled in a way that it doesn't kind of look the same way it normally is. It also is a very big possibility that we are playing a diamond. I think that they could be playing a diamond here because obviously they're playing that back five, and we kind of want to operate a bit more centrally because they've got too much width. So maybe we try and force it into Buonanotte a little bit more and make him a bit creative. We have Hato kind of playing a bit more defensively. I'm not sure. Well, guess we'll see when the lineups go out, or when the actual game plays anyway. For my money, I think it will be this back three. Obviously, we've got Sanchez in goal, Neto wide right, Gittins wide left, Buonanotte and Enzo as these two kind of 10/8s, and then Hato doing the inverting. As I said, we have seen Hato when he's made little appearances here and there for us so far. We have seen him inverting, so I assume that that's what we'll do. We haven't really seen Fofana do that, but I feel like he's a player that can just play kind of like a natural right back at times. So maybe we can see either one. Maybe they both do it. We've seen that from Reska as well. He obviously loves to invert both fullbacks at times, so maybe we see that. What happened to Esteval? He is supposedly ill, and I assume it's got something to do with, again, the kind of coming back from Bolivia and playing in the internationals. So I'd say he's the same profile as Timber. Yeah, very similar. Why is Guiu not in the squad? Basically because George is the senior player at the moment, which is, again, a bit weird. I'm not sure why he's... Again, it's rotation, isn't it? So I'm not really sure why he's kind of not on the bench, but I guess that means he probably will be on the bench, or at least starting against Bayern, maybe. I think it could be Chalobah on the right. Yeah, it could be Chalobah on the right. It's just the fact that I don't know where you'd put Fofana then. If you've got Chalobah on the right side, I don't know where you'd put Fofana because he can't really play central, and obviously that would push Tosin to the left hand side instead. We'll see. As I said, we'll see. My FPL is cooked. I took out Palmer because I thought he was injured, and you put in Esteval. I have not done. I completely checked out on my FPL, and I didn't actually change the thing. I know the kickoff is soon. And I will get that up, but I need to move into this screen before I get it up so I don't show it on screen. And I have sorted everything out today, so it's not what's the word? It's not all screwy. I need to adjust my volume as well. Oh great, we've got a Domino's advert. We don't stand Domino's in this house. After that publicity stunt that they did in our name. Maybe Guy didn't train the squad yet. No, I think he did. I think he was in training. Wait, commentary team. Rob Green, Bill Leslie. Okay. I don't mind Rob Green. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else you guys are saying. In fact, yeah, I should actually check my FPL because I don't even know who I've got there, if I'm being honest. I only have 9 points so far. Half of my team that I had in my FPL are injured or absent, so that probably explains things. But yeah, so it's looking like a back three for them, or a back five rather. The G-Tech is very loud, I will say that. Oh, I'm going to forget about the timer. I just remembered I have to actually get ready for the timer. I always forget. They've got Reece Nelson on the bench. It's another interesting one. So I'm a little bit worried because of the back five, but then again, this isn't a Thomas Frank back five, so maybe it won't be as strong. So hopefully we can break this down pretty easily. Very bizarre. Hey Jude is being crazy. I had Romero in my FPL and he had a goal ruled out. I'm pissed. Oh no, but it's fine though because like his goal got ruled out and they can just vote for it for their goal of the month. That's what they can do instead. I genuinely have not seen a bigger crash out from that fucking Josh King goal. Like honestly, it's so funny to me how like crazy that is. How much of a wet napkin do you have to be to vote for a disallowed goal for your goal of the month? Crazy. Hey, Money, you don't get it. We're not allowed to take away goals from a 19-year-old. Duh. Yeah. Oh, God. You're so silly. Jules, welcome in, welcome in. So, as I said, there's a big game, very, very big game for a certain amount of players here. I think there's a really big kind of weight on the shoulders of not only Buonanotte, who's making his debut, who I think is actually good that he's making his debut away from Stamford Bridge, so he doesn't have that kind of pressure of the home crowd on his back. But really, really, I think the pressure is on Gittins here to make an impact. Man, they're taking ages. It'll be Brentford kicking off. They're going from left to right, and I think it's going to be Sharda to take the kickoff. He will. Here they go quickly, getting it out to the right-hand side with Michael KOYB. He's being tracked by Gittins on the left side. Whipped in by Henderson, and it's cleared immediately. Oh, foul on Joao Pedro is quite a nasty one from Sepp Vandenberg, I believe that is. Okay, did the thing actually work? Yeah, it did, okay. They do look up for it already. The bees. So yeah, it is as I kind of expected. Tosin has moved into the central role. Chalobah's out left, so the lineup just had it a little bit weird. Here's Fofana. It's a decent press from Brentford so far. Here's Chalobah on the left-hand side. Sanchez will take the ball with a... Oh, it's a really good pass if Buonanotte could have gotten on the end of it, but he didn't. Caicedo challenging in the middle helps us get the ball back. Here's Enzo, who's playing on the right-hand side for the record here. It's Buonanotte. Here's Fofana. And Enzo is dropping really deep to playmake here as well. So I think that we are playing, you know, a bit more of a diamond. Enzo's playing in the right-hand side of the diamond, and Buonanotte's playing as that central 10. Here's Fofana. First touch for Pedro Neto. And the pattern of play seems to have already kind of settled in here. They are sitting very, very deep. Get a like spike in the stream. We're so far unable to get the ball through into the midfield. And I will say that Yoral Hato is the man who's inverting on the left-hand side. He's playing quite high up, actually. Here's Gittins. Oof. Risky pass from Chalobah. Just gets past Sharda in the middle. Good 1-2 from Buonanotte and Enzo. He now plays it into Joao Pedro. Here's Buonanotte again. Chalobah, we're a bit further up the pitch now. Gittins 1v1 against Michael KOYB. Can he do something? Gets past one. Plays it into Buonanotte. Tries to play the ball to... I'm not sure who that was actually meant to be to in the end, but didn't go the way we needed to, and it is a Brentford goal kick. Good start from Chelsea. If we can keep making those 1v1s out wide, I think we will be able to create stuff. Here's the long ball from the back. It will fall for Igor Thiago, actually. He's done well to hold up the ball, the big Brazilian. He's on the left-hand side now. He's up against Enzo, who's done really well to hold him off, but he's got the ball in, and it will just go straight to Sanchez. You kind of want your big striker in the box rather than on the wing like that, but there we are. Does the kit look more blue than usual? I'm not sure. Maybe it's the lighting in the stadium. It is a night game, so... A lot of our games recently have been in the sunshine, so it kind of makes it a little bit more washed out, I guess. Here's Fofana. Oh, Joao Pedro made a really good run there. He wasn't spotted. Good to see Wesley Fofana starting a game for Chelsea, although he has just played the ball straight off the pitch under pressure. Hopefully he can stay fit for more than a week. That would be great. High press from Chelsea. Michael KOYB getting pressed by Hato. Caicedo into Buonanotte. Plays it into Joao Pedro. Oh, blocked by Van den Berg. Good work. Very good work. Good little foot in from Buonanotte to win the ball there, actually, to be fair. And great pass from him as well. Bright signs from him so far. I'm quite a bit behind, yeah. I think so. I'm always a bit behind, which is why I didn't actually do this. Hang on, I need to do this. Oh, ball over the top. Here's Sharda. Deflected and goes out. I usually put a spoiler tag and pin it at the top, so I will do that now. I don't know why, but the Sky Go app is always a few minutes behind, or a few like it's like 30 seconds to a minute behind. I can't really do much about it. It's also a delay on the stream, so it will be a Brentford corner. Taken short by Jensen. It's going to be swung in by Yarmouk rather. It's a header by Sharda, and it's gone very wide. I think he was free there. No one really marking him. Yeah, as we kind of played the offside trap, I think. As we played the offside trap, we kind of just left him free. Oh, risky business from Chelsea at the back here, but playing it out very well. Here's Tosin. Up to Fofana. Enzo tries to play the ball forward, but blocked by Yarmouk. Here's Jensen. Tries to try the little flick pass, but it doesn't work out. Here's Tosin, who will get it out. Good work from him. Here's Enzo, who's going to look for the long ball. It's Neto who's going to be chasing it. He's quick, but not that quick, unfortunately. High press will come, though. Good work from... Very calm work from Queven Kelleher there. They are going to try and play it out the back here and not go long, which suits us a little bit more. But they're doing it well so far. Here's Vandenberg. Coyote. Long ball from him, and it's Buonanotte who's tracking all the way back on the left-back roll here. Good work from him. Lovely little turn from Chalobah to get away from Thiago, and he was pulled back. And he will be getting a yellow card for that, for kicking the ball away. You're about 20 seconds ahead. That's okay. As I said, don't worry too much. It's just like, yeah, you can have different people have different like connections and stuff. It's always going to happen. You can't really prevent it. Getting him a yellow card, getting their main striker on a yellow this early is actually quite good because he can't really be as aggressive now. Here is Chalobah on the left-hand side. He's looking very good so far. Or Hato tries a little flick around the corner. Doesn't work out, but he does win a throw. I'm not sure how tall Buonanotte is, but he looks tiny in comparison to their midfielders. I believe he must be like 5'7", something like that. He's tiny. Here's Enzo on the right side. Pedro dropping deep. Back to Enzo. Pedro into Buonanotte. He plays it across for Gittins. Good work. 1v1 against Coyote again. Gitten's going to go around the outside. He tries the elastico, the little flip flap, does not work. He will win the ball back though, and he's been penalised for a foul, for a pull. 5'9" supposedly. He looks a lot smaller. Maybe it's just his stature. I can't really talk. I'm smaller than that, so. Then again, I am not an athlete, nor do I ever claim to be. Will be a goal kick for, a kick for the goalkeeper here for Brentford. Kelleher with the long ball up to Sharda, who doesn't win the ball under the pressure of Tosin, who's often winning his aerial duels. Yarmulke battling well. I can't speak English, man. It's been so long since I've done this. Long ball to the right-hand side is Coyote, who's the right wing back here. Up against Gittins, who's tracked back for him. Jensen with the ball in. Cleared by Chalobah. And a little bit of a nudge from Igor Thiago to give away a foul. Nothing more than that. He's 3'5". He's 5'3" with a hat. I'm 5'8" with a hat. So why is Enzo cosplaying Alfie Gilchrist these days? He does have a bit of that vibe. He feels a bit London, doesn't he? Feels a bit get the passion sessions in. Good work from Trevor to get past his press. Plays it out to Enzo. Here's Neto on the right hand side. Good ball from him into Buonanotte, and he's going to get a chance to dribble here. He needs to be a little bit stronger, but he has won it back. Good work from him to get it to Hatto as well in the middle. Here's Gittins. Oh. What in God's name is the referee just had the referee has just had a nightmare there. He's not played an advantage when we had the ball, and it looked like he was going to give the foul to Brentford. So we all stopped, and then he actually gave the foul the other way. We could have just kept on playing. Weird. Really, really weird. Here we go. The Brentford fans are going to start doing what the Fulham fans did and start making this a corruption thing by saying stuff about the referee. 3 players standing over this, which is interesting. It's Enzo, Neto, and Tosin, but Tosin obviously going to be moving to the back post, I'd imagine. Enzo can put them in from here. But I would imagine it would be a far post delivery here. It's Neto to swing the ball in, and it does go to Tosin! Oh, it's a good save from Kelleher, but I think he was off anyway. Coyote to the number 8, who tries a little back flick here, and it doesn't work out. We have got the ball back. Here's Fofana on the right side. We're staying patient here. We're not forcing anything. Here's Tosin in the centre. Here's Chalobah, who will get it into Enzo in the pocket. Ball up to Pedro Neto, who takes a great first touch. 1v1 against the number 23. He plays it along the floor, but it's cleared by Ethan Pinnock. Enzo battling away well. Does lovely with the Cruyff turn to get away from his marker. Here's Tosin back to Enzo. Tosi's trying to play that ball into the middle, but he can't really find it. He's played the ball out to the wide right here, and Pedro Neto will get on the end of this. Lewis Potter, that is, who's marking him, who kind of left him to get the ball here. 1v2, and he's fouled very easily, seen by the referee. Good work. Neto's been playing really well recent times, yeah. He seems a lot more confident to take players on, which is what I've been asking for him. Is this a foul? Let's see. Yeah, oh, it's a clear foul. I don't know why they're complaining. He knocks the ball past him and he takes him out. Easy. The Brentford fans are going mental again for no reason. Not surprising from them to not know the rules of football, though, to be fair. It will be another free kick. Neto and Enzo over it. And it's really, really wide right, next to the touchline. I would imagine this is Enzo putting this in. Buonanotte on the edge of the box. They've played it to the edge of the box to Caicedo instead. Back out to Enzo, who'll take the whipper. It's gone in by Chalobah, and it will be easily claimed by Kelleher. I think we overcomplicated that a little bit with a set piece, honestly. I would like to see us getting the ball to João Pedro a little more. He's not really had the opportunity to get on the ball. They have just given it away again here. Here's Caicedo to Enzo. Buonanotte. Enzo out to Fofana, who's high and wide right here at the moment. Little 1-2 between João Pedro and Pedro Neto allows him to get into the box, but they have won the ball back. Here's Lewis Potter to Pinnock. Their high press from Chelsea does well, and they have to clear it. Fofana will win that in the air, and then Caicedo will win the second ball. Enzo does really well to get it through to Pedro Neto, and he's got it through to João Pedro. Into the box. There's no one there, really, and it's been sliced behind by the number 4. Chelsea corner. I say we've been playing really, really well here. We're starting to get some good kind of little intricate kind of little, like, you know, 1-2 passes in between the lines at the moment. Ball from the corner taken short. Here's Caicedo. Same kind of routine as the set piece that we had. It has not worked out this time, though. Here's Buonanotte. Into Enzo. He plays the ball to the back post where Fofana is, and he cannot get high enough to get connection on it. Here's Coyote on the right-hand side. He will try and burst his way past Chalobah. He's taken a bit of a heavy touch, and Buonanotte almost gets the ball, but he's done well to recover there, the Italian. Oh, Igor Thiago's nearly giving it straight to João Pedro. He almost played a perfect through pass for João Pedro, though. Here's Pinnock. I will say Brentford have been doing really well to play it out from the back. They're getting a little bit lucky at times, but they're confident enough to try and do it. Yarmouk is bursting through the middle. Actually, that was Nathan Collins, actually, instead, the centre-back. Here's Lewis Potter. Good ball in, and it's an easy claim from Sanchez. And we'll be trying to get away quickly here. Here's Caicedo, I believe, being the one who's running up. Here's Gittins. We've slowed things down again. Will be swapped to the other side where Fofana is. Back to Tosin, who's in the centre, looking for a forward pass. Who will go out to Enzo instead. Ball into Buonanotte is a good one. He turns so well, you know. He really reminds me of someone. I can't think who it is. Here's Chalobah with the ball in behind for Neto. Oh, I don't think he expected to get the ball in front of the defender, and his first touch is a little bit heavy there. That's a great pass from Trevor. Does anyone else get massively fucked over by depth perception watching on TV? I have terrible depth perception anyway, and like I don't have my glasses on, but you know, I try my hardest. Ball up to Queven Kelleher, who will clear it. It's a really good pass in the end. But the midfielders overcomplicated that a little bit, and Enzo will pick up the ball. Little Trivella pass out to Jamie Gittins, who's 1v1 versus Coyote at the moment. Can he take him on? He goes on the outside, puts it on in his left foot, and it's straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. He'll try and play the ball forward for Thiago, but Tosin Adadabioyo, who always wins his aerials, is there once again. Here's Buonanotte. Here's Neto. Yeah, Brentford are doing well to, survive so far, but they haven't really got the out ball at the moment. They do better when they actually get some kind of possession and, pass their way out, but those long balls aren't working so far. It's Joao Pedro who's dropped deep. He has lost the ball, though. And who's there to win it back? It's Moises Caicedo, as ever. He wins a throw-in on the right side. Tell you, 20 minutes has gone by very, very quickly so far. Here's Fofana. Oh, inaccurate ball from Tosin, but who's there to mop up the second ball? It's Caicedo once again. Hato loses out in the middle, but the forward ball is dealt with by Tosin once again. Again, similar things going on here. Bit of a dreadful pass from Caicedo, but Joao Pedro has done so well to get the ball there. He tries to play it forward for Gittins, but he's not fast enough to get there ahead of Coyote. It's just that final ball is kind of not working out for us. They've given it back here to Hato, though. Yeah. I think the thing which I always like, the disrespect that always goes around on Caicedo's name is rather silly. Here's Neto, wins a throw on the right side. Here's Fofana, who's been thrown off the ball. Foul from Yarmouk in the middle. Here's Fofana again. Ball up to Pedro. Enzo, back to Fofana. Moving the ball quickly here, Chelsea. That's what we need to do. Long ball from Wesley Fofana to the left-hand side. Will go over the head of Coyote, but he does get the touch to play it out to the left-hand side. And the referee has given, I think it's Lalinos, put his flag up for an offside. This is good, though. Honestly, I kind of want them to have the ball, because, like, us trying to play against this really, deep back five is not what we want. We want to be able to actually have some space in behind to play the ball into. Will be Kelleher to take this on the right-hand side. Long ball seeking Igor Thiago as ever, but he loses out to Chalabar. And Jensen doesn't get on the ball ahead of him either. Will be a Brentford throw on the right side. And here will be a long throw from Brentford. We know they like to do these. It's Coyote. They got 6 goals since the start of last season from throw-ins. That's crazy. Best Rory Delap impression. Here we go. He has got distance on that very well. It's fantastic work from Tosin to clear it after the ball dropped into the centre there. Good pressure from Enzo to disrupt Collins there, but he will be able to get the ball out to Coyote again. Ural Hato, question of a foul on Coyote there, but he does recover well. Joao Pedro's tried a little flick and it has beaten Jamie Gittins, who's not on the same page as him so far today. Yeah, I think that's a good assessment. Honestly, I don't think he's in tune with the other players so far. I would have hoped to see Nacho play today. Um, oh, good work from Fofana. Great pace from him to get up. Here's Buonanotte. Enzo being pressured, but again, he's done really well. Here's Chalobah on the left-hand side. He's going to surge his way up the pitch. A la Tony Rudiger. He has been dispossessed by Coyote. No foul given. Henderson out to the left-hand side. His keen Lewis Potter. He will just recycle the ball, though. So I'd like to see a goal contribution from Facundo today because he's been playing really well so far. Here's Collins. It's the first time in the game that Brentford have really had a kind of elongated spell of possession, which might do them some favours, honestly. Ooh, high press from Moy has not worked out, but the little flick from Thiago has also not worked out, and Trevor Chalobah will clear that. They given this as a Chelsea throw? They have. It's Hato to take. Moises Caicedo trying to get past Coyote. He's been playing really well so far today on that right side. They will recover the ball. So too much space for Collins in the middle to try and play that ball forward. It's Sharda who's getting on the end of it, but great pace and Wesley Fofana to make the recovery. Don't run too fast, lad. I don't want you getting injured. Yeah, he played against some of the under-21s, I think, is what I saw. I will say, not that I don't like it, because, like, you know, you need that at times, but I think that Joao Pedro is trying a bit too many tricks and flicks so far. None of them kind of working out. He's tried to do a little chest flick there, and it hasn't, like, gone to anyone in a blue shirt. Just needs to keep it a bit more simple. Good pressure from Buonanotte to force the long ball. Here's Caicedo. And Chelsea back in possession. Here's Enzo. Here's Joao Pedro, who's dropped into a left wing position here. Getting a little bit frustrated with the lack of ball, I would imagine. Here's Hato in the centre. Good ball from Caicedo into Buonanotte. Our players are getting a bit too close to each other. I would like to see them spread out a bit so we can actually move the ball faster. They're all kind of stepping on each other's toes so far. Here's Neto on the right-hand side. Enzo through to Buonanotte. He can't take the touch, but Gittins will recycle. Good work from Chalobah to win the ball in the middle. Here's Wesley Fofana. He's going to try and burst up the pitch here. It's Neto. He's on his left foot. He puts it to the back post, and no one can get there. It's a bit too high for anyone. Yeah. I said as soon as the first goal goes in, I think it will get easier for whichever team is ahead. So far, they haven't really shown much threat, neither of us, to be honest. But I did say I don't think that I don't think there'll be more than one goal scored here if there is one. Palmer is on the bench though, so maybe we bring on subs and we do make a little bit of an impact. Little flick from Neto does well to get it to Buonanotte. He's battling away in the middle as well. Jensen will switch the ball out wide right to Coyote. They will just recycle again. Here's Henderson. Little flick around the corner from Shardo will be cleared by Tosin Adalabioyo. Buonanotte will win it in the middle again. He's been so good, you know. You would not think from the way that he's been playing that this is his first ever minutes in a Chelsea shirt. Here he is again. I'm really impressed with his work rate. I wasn't expecting him to be as, you know, proactive in the defensive duties that he's shown so far. Good work from Pedro to keep the ball, but he has then just... He has been pushed in the back there. I don't think the referee saw it, and he's given a throw. They've taken the throw quickly, and it's just fallen straight back to us. Nah. Nah, man, the referee's been conned by the theatrics of the player there. He wins the ball. Oh, there's going to be a yellow. There's a yellow to Tosin, I think. I think there's been a yellow card for Tosin for dissent there. I don't think this is a foul. I think he wins the ball. It's just the connection of the ball, like, you know, the pinch of the ball that's actually... I mean, he wins the ball, but he does get the man as well. I mean, it's a bit of 50-50 there, honestly. It's one of those annoying ones where it's like, he does win the ball, but the referee's going to give those. If I was a referee, I wouldn't, but then again, I'm not the referee. Again, I'm not sure. I don't think that Hato was actually the man who got the yellow card, did he? I'm not sure. It looked like he showed it in the direction of Tosin, but they have given it to Hato on the graphic. It's Jensen and Henderson who are over this. We're holding a very, very high line here, and 4 of their players are offside currently. We've held our line, and the ball from Jensen has gone to Pinnock at the back post. Cleared by Joao Pedro. It will be a throw for Brentford. We've got about I can't do maths. Got about 14 minutes left. They're doing another long throw here. It's KOYB who's coming across to the left-hand side. The left-hand side to take one. They've put Thiago on the goalkeeper. They've actually taken this short in the end. It was a dummy. Ball will be cleared by Chalobah, who's been really, really good so far today. And cleared even further from him. The ball will go through from Buonanotte to Neto, and he just can't get ahead of it. Oh, he was... You feel like if he got a good touch on the ball there, he was bursting through. KOYB has been dispossessed by who else? Moises Caicedo. And Pinnock wins the ball there cleanly. Will be a throw for Chelsea. Now, after a decent spell of possession for Brentford, we're back in control, hopefully. Here's with Wes Fofana. He's been getting a bit more adventurous as the game has gone on, I will say. Tosin has just made his marker look like an absolute fool. Here's Buonanotte, lovely touch from him. Here's Hato in the middle, he doesn't look comfortable there, man. He really doesn't. Good work from Sanchez, the sweep. Quick off his line. The ball's actually not a bad one. And Gittins has been penalised. I feel like Hato just doesn't seem particularly comfortable in the central area. He keeps taking, like, rushed heavy touches under pressure. Yeah, Enzo's been good. Oof. Pinnock slipping on the ball almost gives it away to Pedro Neto. Ball launched up the pitch by Lewis Potter. It will just fall to Caicedo. Enzo's done really well against Yarmouk again, but the referee's given the ball. Oh, Lewis Potter is swearing at the referees. He should be getting a yellow here. That got picked up by the mics. Naughty boy. Here's Pedro Neto. Ball has fallen to Caicedo on the left-hand side. Here's Hato. Oh. Chalabar's pass gets away. He gets away with that, and here's Wesley Fofana surging up the pitch. Gets it out wide to Neto. Will put it in on his left-hand foot to Hato in the middle. Oh, can't get on the end of it. Chalabar wins the ball, but the referee will keep playing the ball here. Good ball over the top for Sharda. He's up against Tosin. Good deflection off him, and it's gone into the back of the net. Same shit. Same shit has happened before. It's the exact same. We've seen this exact goal from Sharda before. Up against Tosin, he just checks back and puts it in. I think it's taken a deflection that's beaten Sanchez. We'll have to see that. But it is the hosts ahead. Let's see. Does this take a deflection? I think it does. I can't tell from that angle. Let's see from this one. Yeah, it does. It goes through the legs of Tosin. It deflects straight. It deflects straight off his thigh. Goes through his legs. I don't think Sanchez has a hope in saving that. Yeah, I think Fofana really needs to get back quicker there, honestly. It's also again, it's a mistake from Chalabar in the centre to go so high and, you know, try and win that tackle high up the pitch. He shouldn't have done it. We've paid from that in the past. We've got about 10 minutes left to get one back before the break. Jamie Gittins going through here. Good ball from Chalabar. He doesn't get on the end of it. Game getting a little bit feistier. It's such a nearly game for us. Like, all the passes and stuff are like nearly getting through, but not right there. We never start well. That is one thing. We don't ever start games well. We are always stronger in the second half, so I'm not too worried, but the defensive way that they are playing, it will be an absolute struggle to get back in this, especially to win the game. It's an assist for Jordan Henderson, by the way. Good tackle from Enzo in the middle to dispossess Sharda, who then fouls him in return. I think he's taken an arm in the face there. No. It's a foul. It's nothing more than that. I wouldn't say arrogant. I mean, like, we've got Bayern Munich next. Like, it's no disrespect for Brentford, but, like, they're not the team that we're focusing on this weekend. Or, like, this, you know, this section. Cameras are focused on Garnacho, who's warming up on the sideline. Along with Santos and I'm not sure who the other player was there. Here's Chalabar. Gittins has made that run again, but he hasn't been spotted this time by Chalabar. Good work from the Englishman to get it to Hato, though. Switch a play to Fofana is a good one. He'll play a long ball forward for Neto, who's got the pace to get on this, and Caoimhin Kelleher's come out for it. Borderline outside of the box there, to be fair. I think he does handle it inside, though. Here's Tosin. I'm a bit disappointed, honestly, because this game would be a game that really suits Mark Guiu, but he's obviously not available. Kelleher comes out and sweeps up once again from the ball forward to Gittins. Caicedo wins the ball in the middle, and then Tosin will smack it at him. And Caicedo is so good at recovering other people's mistakes, man. He just bails everyone out. There should never be a situation where he plays a ball straight into the Brentford player and gets away with it there, Tosin, honestly. Here's Chalobah. Enzo on the ball. Fofana. Pedro Neto. Not enough penetration from Chelsea here. I'm not going to say what I was about to say, but you guys probably know what I was about to say. Here's Fofana again. Out to Pedro Neto. Can you take on your man? He cuts onto his left foot once more. Across the box for Chalobah. He could take a strike from here, and he does. Can't keep it down. He can score those. Don't forget his debut. Yeah, that's the issue. Is like he's kind of Pedro Neto is dropping deep and kind of interchanging with Buonanotte and Gittins on the left side, and we don't really have anyone who's running down the centre, which Delap would obviously offer. And we don't have him, which is why I kind of think that again, Guy would have been a good option for this game, but unfortunately he's not with the squad. Might be a very big game for Tyreek George off the bench, I can't lie. Long ball from Kelleher to the left-hand side. Will be won by Tosin. Chelsea throw. Good work from Fofana to get it through to Joao Pedro here. He gets it out to Neto. We've got a bit of room to work with here. If Neto can take his man on, he decides to check back though. Plays it to the edge of the box to Enzo. Oh, almost gets it through to Pedro. It's fallen for Buonanotte in the box. Can't get past the defenders though. It's a melee in there. And Yarmouk will clear. I'm not really sure how that's a Brentford throw unless Fofana gets a little touch on it before it goes out. I swear he cleared that, but oh well. Ball up to Igor Thiago is won by Chalobah. Caicedo gets ahead of Sharda and then gets fouled. Taken quickly by Chelsea. We want to get a goal before the half-time whistle here. Here's Enzo on the ball again. Switch of play to Chalobah. Here's Joao Pedro. Hato leaves it for Gittins. Really haven't seen enough from him, honestly. Here's Joao Pedro on the left-hand side of the wing now. Excuse me. Chalobah stalling on the ball here. It's Gittins. Up against Coyote. Can he take his man on? He goes inside. Gets past one. Gets past two. He's going to take a strike here. And it will... Oh, it's a decent shot, but it's too central. Not enough venom on it either. Kelleher easily saves that. Do need to see more of that from him, though. The kick from Kelleher has gone straight out for a throw, and Hato will recycle the ball immediately. Here's Fofana. Honestly, I'd like to see us force it into Buonanotte a bit more. He seems to, every time he gets the ball, he seems to make something, you know, make a little bit of magic in the middle there. He hasn't been getting it enough. Here's Tosin. Fofana. Cuts past one. Here's Caicedo in the middle. Here's Chalobah. into Hato. Across the box to Wesley Fofana, who can whip the ball in here, but he chooses not to. Here's Neto, maybe he might. Up against Potter here. Chalobah back to Fofana. Enzo. Caicedo into the middle. Joao Pedro. Here's Caicedo again to Buonanotte. Oh, he tries to pass it off. It's shot by Fernandes. I think that's deflected. I'm really not sure why Buonanotte hasn't shot. It's great football in the middle there. He needs to shoot there, Buonanotte. I think he was a little bit off balance, so he opted not to, but that's better, man. Just move the ball quicker. Play it into Buonanotte and move the ball quicker. Well, we've got a lot of goals from corners. Here is one for Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez, who's over it. You can get an assist from here. Whips the ball into the front post. We know we like to do that. It crashes off the woodwork and it's ricocheted out. Oh. It somehow stayed out of the goal there. One added minute and we are now in that. Here's Sanchez. Don't know why he's delaying here. We need to go forward. Here's Chalobah. Enzo, who is on the left-hand side at the moment. Suits him to play that switch if he wants to. Little Travella pass through the centre for Gittins is a good one, but Gittins can't get past Coyote again, who has been fantastic today, honestly. He cuts back and gives the ball away to Buonanotte, though. Battling back again, the number 40. Here's Enzo in the middle. He's fallen to Pedro Neto. Gets it through for Enzo, who leaves it for Buonanotte. It's Enzo again. Joao Pedro. Tries to cut back into the box. Here's Gittins, who's, again, just not on the same wavelength, man. He is so asleep. He's on his heels every time the ball's passed to him. And that's the half-time whistle. It's just ridiculous from Jamie, honestly. He has been so slow today. He just doesn't react to anything. That is half-time, though, and we are behind. And I'm going to have to change all this stuff for... there you go. Stop and reset. I will quickly move on to the Be Right Back screen. I'm just going to sort out the panels because I always forget how to do it. But yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Just going to get a drink and stuff because my throat is going a bit. Wee. Alrighty, we are back. Let me fix this real quick. I hope that that's worked. Okay, it has. Excellent. Oh, let's see what some of you guys been saying. Getting to Fafana need to come off, put Josh and Nacho on. I don't think Fafana's been particularly poor, to be honest. I think he's just, not been, world beater or anything. Gittins, I would take off for Nacho immediately. I think it's a bit ludicrous for a signing to come into the club and just have zero kind of effort to try and prove a point. They're booing Neto because he won a foul earlier in the game that they didn't agree with. So now they're just booing every time he gets the ball because that's what weirdo fans do, if I'm being honest. I did also want to say, whilst we're waiting for the half to start, the second half to start, I've got some kind of plans for content coming soon. And it's not anything like groundbreaking or whatever, but obviously I'm tempted to do this because I know, like, obviously watching these watch-alongs and being here for 2.5 hours isn't available for a lot of the people on the channel. So I'm probably gonna start doing like edited down kind of reaction videos for these streams, for the casuals, let's say. I've got. I said I wasn't. I said I was going to plan on doing this, and I've got my capture card working. So I'm probably going to be doing a series on the new EA FC games soon when that releases. Obviously, I've got early access because I pre-ordered, and I don't know what to do. So I've got like a few plans for things. Also, new Football Manager looks absolutely wonderful, by the way. So I'm actually kind of tempted to delve into that. I'm not really a big Football Manager guy, to be honest, because it's just a bit too complicated for me. I never really kind of got the mechanics, and I get very overwhelmed quite quickly as an ADHD autistic person. So I'm tempted to do Football Manager at some point when that does come out, but for the most part, I've got a series based on Estival kind of already planned, which I'm going to be doing. And then I'll probably do some career mode thing as well because I love manager careers. That's all I'm going to be. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that. And also, I should say, like, I do have plans. I've been saying this for a few weeks now, but I do have plans now that we're back from the international break to do more members stuff, which is going to be more like mono reacts and things like that. So we'll get that. Can't buy any new FIFA or football games anymore, man. I'm sick of it. See, the thing is, I have a different mentality when it comes to like FIFA. I feel like a lot of people, you know, a lot of people buy FIFA and they get very overwhelmed by like, oh, I need to buy all these meta cards for Ultimate Team, or oh, I need to, play every single game and grind my weekend league rewards and things like that. I'm never like that. I don't care. I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, oh, you know what? I feel like playing 30 games a weekend league today, so I'm gonna do that. And if I don't, I don't. For example, the main thing which I actually do, and I've been doing for a couple of years now, is I just use it as a way to like collect all the special cards from Chelsea. Reese is coming on. That will hopefully shore up things. Warming up with a captain's armband. Good, good. We'll see if there's any other subs as well. But yeah, though the game is frustrating, and again, it's built that way deliberately to make you spend more time in menus. I'm always going to be a FIFA guy. Like I'm always going to be a guy who preferred those games to other ones. But I'm not particularly a person that gets really invested into it. I'm a bit more of a casual. Cuckoo coming on as well. Need Cuckoo game time to save my FPL. Honestly, I think I do as well. I'm not sure if I've got Cuckoo in my team. I don't actually. Also, I'm cheating in my FPL, for the record. because you're only supposed to be allowed to have 3 players from one club. But because one of my players that I had on my bench was Mark Guiu, and he was a Sunderland player, I've actually got 4 Chelsea players in my team. So there we go. And George coming on as well. My highest point player at the moment is Mark Gay, who is on my bench. So that's great. Oh, George, yeah, George, James, and Cuckoo all coming on. Who's George gonna be coming on for? I wonder if he comes off. I wonder if he comes on for Gittins, honestly, because he has been pretty poor. But kind of sad not to see Nacho playing. I would like to see Alejandro. Oh, Buonanotte's come off for George. Wes coming off for Reese, and then Hato, I'd imagine, is coming off for Cuckoo. Yeah. I really don't know why. I really, really don't know why they've taken off Buonanotte. I think he was pretty good. I wonder if that means they're resting him for the Bayern game. Genuinely, I'm not really sure why you would do that. But yeah, George will be playing the striker here. He did pretty decently there the last time, so let's hope that can continue. Chelsea kicking off from left to right. I forgot the timer. There we go. Mark it off the bingo card. Damn it. We'll do 46. When it gets to 46, we'll start the timer. Interestingly, Tosin is now playing on the right of the 3. So Chalobah now playing central. But we have played the ball forward here. It will fall out to the right-hand side where Reece James is. So I think James is inverting into midfield here. I think we've actually inverting both players. I'm not sure. Looks like Cuckoo and James are both going high. So we're committing an extra player forward here, which is nice. Here's Tosin. Enzo. Hopefully that's now working. Cool. Boom. Chalobah to Enzo, who, for my money, was one of our best players in the first half. Here's Neto. Ball all the way back to Chalobah. Is Gittins, who is offside. Man, I genuinely, I'd be waiting until 50 minutes and taking him off for Nacho. I can't lie. He's actually starting to piss me off. Hi, welcome in. Welcome. It will be Kelleher taking the free kick from the right hand side here. I just got a bad feeling about this game, man. Here's Joao Pedro in a 10 position. Tries to launch the ball up for Neto. He's going to put pressure on Pinnock here, but he's done well to recycle the ball. George working quite hard to try and press the goalkeeper here. He's now up against Collins. Queven Kelleher will clear it, but it's Tosin to win the ball, and it has fallen for a Brentford player. It's fantastic recovery tackle from Chalobah up against Igor Thiago. James has lost out though. Here's Lewis Potter. It's cleared by Tosin, and it's a Brentford corner. And that all comes from Jamie Gittins getting offside for no reason. It's a fantastic recovery tackle from Chalobah. Slides in, but Reece just switches off, man. I don't know what he's doing. Just not looking at the ball. Bizarre. Will be a Brentford corner from the left-hand side. It'll be an in-swinger from the right foot of, I think that's Henderson who's over it. Oh, it's Jensen, actually. Signal goes up. And it goes straight into the hands of Sanchez. There's a claim for a penalty, but the referee says nothing. It's a poor throw out from Sanchez. The Cuckoo can't get on the end of it. Dinked into the middle, and it's fallen for no one. Here's Neto. Up against Igor Thiago. He's done well to win the ball there, the Portuguese, but he has lost out to Jensen. He's won a throw, though. Let's see. You know what? Enzo's got two hands on him. I wouldn't be against it if they called that, to be fair. He does get away from him though. I don't know. It wasn't going to get to him anyway, I don't think, is the issue. Tosin to Sanchez. Can we get a bit of a grip on this game now? High press from Brentford is good again, and Cucurella's now played it off the pitch as well. Once again, because Gittins isn't close to him, so he's got no one to pass to. I would give anything for Garnacho to come off the bench and score a screamer here. George has done really well to win the ball against Nathan Collins, who's dived to the floor and won a foul. Man, that's such a soft one. Such a soft foul. It's ridiculous. Ugh. My partner doesn't even like Chelsea or football at all. He just loves seeing my team lose. Love that. Here's Lewis Potter, who gets the ball in. It's cleared. Swung back in, and James will head it back very well to the goalkeeper. Here's Enzo on the ball as we try and break relatively slowly. He will play the ball forward for João Pedro in the 10. Here's Neto. Great ball forward for George if he's onside here. He's going to take a strike. Oh, it's a good save from Kelleher down to his right-hand side. It will be a corner. He could. Oh, I feel like if George gets his head up here, he could square this to Gittins, who's at the back post. Oh, he needs to play that across. Honestly, I don't. He think he hesitates a little bit too much. Doesn't he? Kind of loses the opportunity to do so. Will be a corner for Chelsea, and we know where this is going. Most likely into the front post. Oh, we're taking it short. Caicedo. Gittins, who's giving it away again. Schade up against Caicedo, and he's thrown him to the floor, and the referee has called a foul. They're going to get mad about that, but... Shade's now dropped to the floor, holding his head. Something's happened off the ball. I bet nothing's happened here. I bet he's just thrown himself to the floor. VAR will check this. This is going to be some more stuff. Let's see this. Caicedo gets ahead. Two hands in the back and he's pushed to the floor. That's a foul. Yeah, what happened afterwards? It's a shove from Caicedo. It's not violent conduct. It should be a yellow for him, though. I would probably give him a yellow for that. We just need to stop getting frustrated and, you know, play our game because they're trying to rile us up here. Here's Tosin. It's very much a back two for us now rather than a back three. Cucurella will drop deep to get the ball here, though. Tosin with the long ball over for George, but Kelleher will get there ahead of him. I'm really not sure why Tosin's playing in this kind of right-hand-sided role. It's a bit weird. Schade will play the ball over the top. Kukurea up against Jensen. The ball in is a decent one, but cleared by Tosin. It's Coyote. It's Pinnock. Plays the ball into Sharda. Good hold-up play from him, and he will get it to Yarmuluk, who's tackled very well by Enzo, who's been our best player by a bloody mile today. Caicedo does well to get it to Joao Pedro. Lovely little turn from him. Great ball from him as well. Here's Jamie Gittins. Kukurea wants it, gets it, puts it onto his right foot, takes a strike, and it's a very tame effort. Good work from us, though. That's what we need. I don't know if Kukurea was the... I don't know if the ball into Kukurea was the right one there, honestly. It was a little bit delayed from Gittins, honestly. Did it take a deflection as well, maybe? Caicedo wins the ball. Igor Thiago holds the ball up well. It's Yarmuluk. His Sharda. No pressure on him at all. It's Henderson now. Paul Palmer is now warming up on the sideline. I would be very surprised if that's not for Gittins. Here's Kukurea. Here is the aforementioned Jamie Gittins up against Coyote. Will take him on. Goes around the outside. Does well here. Into the box. Wins a corner. Good work from Gittins there. Finally decided to do something after 55 minutes. Good work from him. If that might genuinely be his last action of the game, as the substitute is going to be made. And it is him who's going off. Cole Palmer coming on before the corner. Interesting to see where Joao Pedro and George will be playing now. I assume George will go out to the left-hand side. It's Reece James over the free kick, or the corner rather. We'll go into the front post, of course, as we often do. There's a possible foul on Tosin. The referee says nothing, but it's fallen back out to James. Or to Cuckoo, rather. Yarmuluk will clear. Good touch from Caicedo, brings the ball down. Here we go again. God, beautiful ball in from James to get Joao Pedro down the left-hand side. Might actually be Joao Pedro who's playing on the left now. James to Tosin. Dinks the ball in. Goes over the head of Joao Pedro, but George tries to get on the end of it and will give away a goal kick. Now as they kind of settle into shape, I think it is George on the left side. So Pedro's gone back up top. Yeah, Pedro up top. Which means that Palmer is obviously going into the 10 where he should be. It's Vandenberg who takes the free kick, I believe. Thiago winning the ball. Here's Coyote on the left side, up against George. Swung in by Henderson, and it's gone all the way over to the other side of the pitch for Lewis Potter. Here's Collins. Ooh, ball from him is a decent one, but Jensen can't control it. It's fallen back to the Chelsea colours. Here's Tosin. Here's Jalabar. There's Reece James to Tosin. Lovely little ball from him into Palmer. Those two connecting up well, but he's been dispossessed. Ball forward for Sharda is another good one, but Tosin's done well this time. Very calm play out from Chelsea. Beautiful there. Here's Enzo. Cuts back. Gets it to James. Here's Pedro Neto. Good ball from him into Palmer. Or into Enzo, rather. Fantastic reverse ball from Enzo. And it's... oh... a beautiful ball across from Pedro Neto on his right foot, but Coyote's there and stops Cucurella from getting on it at their back post. It's a beautiful pass from Enzo. He's been so good today. He's been so physically good. Not football related, but Andrade's been released. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, bloody hell. I wonder what Phoenix is going to do now. Here's Cole Palmer on the left-hand side. Dinked ball into Neto. Dinked ball into the centre, and there's no one there. We're opening things up here now, though. Here's Caicedo. Palmer again on the left-hand side. Whipped in by Palmer into the middle of the box, and again, there's no one there. George has given the ball away. But Henderson can't get it forward for a Brentford player. It will come back at them. Here's Palmer once again, who's on the left-hand side. Up for Cucurella. Into Reece James, who can hit these. He cuts back on his left foot and takes a strike, and it's blocked. Here's Schade, trying to escape from Caicedo, but unable to. Long ball falls to the Ecuadorian, who gets it to Reece James. Here's Enzo again. Loads of pressure on the Brentford backline now. Palmer. Out wide to George, who's on the right side. Reece James. Enzo swings in the ball to the back post for João Pedro. And then Palmer on his return. Come on! That's my fucking number 10. Oh, we needed that. The pressure tells. Lovely ball in from Enzo Fernandez. Good little header down from João Pedro. It's gonna be another João Pedro assist, by the way. He does get a touch on that. And Kelleher can't even move. It's fallen so perfectly for him. You can take away his groin, but you can't take away his goals. That's what that's a weird sentence, but you know what I mean. Oh, hopefully find Penta. Yeah, I'd love those two to join up again. They've kicked off quickly here though. Here's Igor Thiago up against Tosin. Good ball to the back post. Here's Schade. Oh, it's a fantastic save from Sanchez. Woo! Game is really heated up now. It's a fingertip save from Sanchez down to his right-hand side. Oh, great. He does so well. CP10 hat-trick, why the fuck not? Yeah, honestly. Oh, it's such a good save. You know what? If Sanchez is not 6'6", he doesn't save that. Like, genuinely. That is max reach. Good work from the Spaniard. Will be a Brentford corner, though. It'll be Jensen to take. Signal goes up, signal goes down. Ball goes to the back post. And the resulting strike from Pinnock, I believe it was, is wayward. This goal means the only team Palmer has played that hasn't scored against is Forest. Well, we'll do that this season, so no worries. Especially with them having Ange now. Yeah. It's ropes. It's ropes to them. Here's Tosin. Oh, there's a good run in behind there from João Pedro, but wasn't seen. Chalobah. James. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Lovely ball in from Chalobah to Cole Palmer, who's being dragged back by Yarmouk, and he will be getting a yellow here. They can't stop him. It's the only way to stop him. You can tell he's got that confidence. He's got that Club World Cup confidence. Yeah, he's made a mockery of him there. Yeah, Horde. It's Palmer who's standing over it, as is Reece James, as is Pedro Neto. You know what? This is in perfect range for a Reece James Thunderbolt. I can't lie. There is talk going on between all 4 players and Tosin. There's 5 players over this free kick at the moment as they talk about things. I want to get Tosin get in the box, mate. There's definitely some kind of intricate set piece coming on here because Tosin hasn't even gone into the box yet, which is a bit weird. He's now dropped back. It's Cole Palmer. He's going to take the strike straight into the wall. He's going to take another strike straight into Igor Thiago. Tosin needs to deal with this, and he doesn't deal with it perfectly. Here's Thiago. Oh, and he's just played it off the pitch. Big let off for Chelsea there. Oh, I think he's pulled a hammy. I think Igor just pulled a hammy there. Nasty one. He's immediately grabbed the back of his thigh. He's probably going to go down here in a second, I'd imagine, because we've just got back on the ball quickly. Here's Enzo. Oh, the ball for Palmer was on, but he just didn't see it. Here's Tosin. Reece James in the centre. Caicedo to Tosin. It's Enzo Fernandez once again. Cucurella streaming through the middle. Ball forward for Joao Pedro is cut out though. It will be Yarmouk trying to run down the left-hand side. He's done really well, the Ukrainian, honestly. Good ball out as well. It's a fantastic little... Oh, great work from Sanchez. Fantastic little header forward from Igor Thiago. We have played it out quickly here. Caicedo to Enzo. Long ball from him for Pedro Neto to run on the end of, and he is going to get there, the Portuguese. He cuts inside. It's a fantastic recovery tackle from Ethan Pinnock. Whoa. Tyreek George wins the ball back now, but the second challenge is a foul, and he will be a Brentford free kick. That is genuinely that is a phenomenal block from Ethan Pinnock. That's a guaranteed goal for Pedro Neto otherwise. He's so quick. That's beautiful defending, honestly. You can't say anything else other than that. I think Collins might have been getting back as well, actually, to be fair. Long ball from Kelleher. Very soft foul on Igor Thiago there from Chalobah, but 2 hands in the back. Can't complain. Honestly, give me an Alejandro Garnacho substitute appearance screamer off the bench. I will be so happy. Rico Henry is prepping at the moment, the left back. Someone else's as well. I can't tell who that is from this distance. Might be Ouattara, I think, actually. Will be Henderson to take the free kick. High line from Chelsea as ever. They've actually played it across to Jensen instead. Long ball for Henderson, who's made a run forward. It will fall to Igor Thiago in the box, but it's cleared by Chalobah. The ball will come back at us. Here's Henderson. Here's Ball forward is blocked by Tyreek George. Good industry from the youngster. "22 minutes for either team to get a winner here. It's going to be a long throw from Coyote once more. Throw-in has been taken. And there is a foul on Pedro Neto that the referee has stopped the game for. Thiago is being a bit naughty here, and he is on a yellow. There's not much on that, honestly. I think it's just going to be a retake throw, yeah. Long throw will come in again. This one's a bit flatter into the centre of the box. Both centre-backs get up for it. It is cleared. Back in by Yarmulke. Won by James. Cleared by Enzo. Palmer. Here's Neto. Good first touch from him. It will be cleared by Sharda. For a Chelsea throw on the right side. A little bit of possession for Chelsea again now will be nice. Here's Chalobah. Cucurella. Cole Palmer. Tried a little bit too hard to make something happen there, Palmer, and he's given the ball away. Long ball for Igor Thiago. Chalobah wins it. Caicedo back to Chalobah. He'll switch it to Enzo on the right side. Space for him to run into. It's Pedro Neto. Back to Enzo. George is free on the left-hand side if he can spot him, and he does. It's a beautiful ball over the top, but it's slightly intercepted by Coyote. It will fall to him anyway. Here's Reece James. Switch of play to Pedro Neto. He's going to play the ball in on his left foot to the back post. It's George! Oh, good work from Coyote to cut that out, and it's going to be a Chelsea corner. 20 minutes to go. It's a really, really good ball in from Neto once again. We've taken the corner short here. Here's George on the edge of the box. He could take a strike here. Instead, he plays it forward for Cucurella, who lays it off for Neto. Great strike, but it's blocked by Yarmulke. Cole Palmer does well to get past one, get past two. Plays it in for Joao Pedro. It's Enzo. Oh, it's so intricate. It's so intricate. Palmer gets past one, and he plays it into Joao Pedro in the box, who does a little back flick, as he often does. But Enzo can't get a tough enough connection on it to get it past Kelleher. And those two substitutions for Brentford are now happening, with Igor Thiago being the man who's coming off for Ouattara. And Jensen also comes off, and he's being replaced by Rico Henry. So, interesting to see where he plays. Because he's usually a left-sided defender, but he's coming on for a midfielder, so maybe he plays in that left-sided midfield role, I would imagine. I would imagine that Brentford would be perfectly happy with getting a point against Chelsea, so I think they are going full defence mode here. They are putting pace up top, though, with Ouattara. Long ball from Kelleher. One in the air by Tosin. Will fall for Lewis Potter. Pinnock's ball forward will be intercepted by Enzo, who, once again, has been phenomenal today. Genuinely. Here's Pinnock again. High press from Chelsea, but they're playing it out well. Here's Coyote. He's got the freedom of the right-hand side to go. Long ball from Henderson, who's dropped deep to play playmaker. Here's Ouattara. Cuckoo deals with him well enough, but it will come back at us. Here's Collins. To Pinnock. Into the midfield for... I think it might be Lewis Potter who's moved into midfield, actually. It's Henry who's out wide left at the moment. Ball forward into Sharda. He can't take the touch well, and it falls for Neto. He gets a little bit lucky to win the ball back, though. Oh, he's going to break here for Pedro Neto. He's got Joao Pedro with him. It's a 3v4 at the moment. He's going to go on his own. Plays it forward for Palmer. It's a good save from Caoimhin Kelleher. He needs to put that into one of the corners. Frustrating. Caicedo's intercepted in the middle, though. Here comes another attempt. Here's Reece James. Tries to play a little flicked ball behind, but he's been fooled by Pinnock and given a foul, and Palmer can't believe he hasn't scored there. I can't believe it, honestly. It's good work from Pedro Neto once again to fool this man, gets it across the box. It's the pressure from Coyote that stops him from getting a cleaner connection there, Palmer. It just feels like if we get another one of those, we're not gonna give it up. He's had the most shots in the match so far already, by the way. Long ball will just fall for a Chelsea throw. We'll recycle. Here's Caicedo. Cucurella. Good ball from him into Palmer in the 10. He's been dispossessed. Here's Henry. They've been forced to go long again, but we've won it in the air. Chalobah winning it again up against Henderson. Henderson will now play it forward, though. Here's Ouattara. Needs to be closed down a little bit quicker here. He's gone around Cucurella, and it's a good recovery tackle from the Spaniard to win a corner for them. Oh. They're taking ages over this. The referee, we're complaining to the referee about, like, they're just not taking. They're not sending anyone to go take the corner. I think it'll be Lewis Potter to take it in the end. Whipped into the front post, and it's easily cleared by Palmer, but only goes back to the deliverer. Switched in by Henderson. It's gone all the way to the back post for Collins. Heads it down. Here's Rico Henry. And it's saved by Sanchez. And he's going to try and make a break here. He's being blocked off by Sharda, by the way. And he does eventually get the ball out to George on the left-hand side. Here's Palmer. George. Space to run into for the youngster. Plays it into to Cucurella, who's playing as a centre-forward at the moment. They will deal with it, though. Here's Rico Henry. Tackled by Reece James, but he's going to keep going here, the Englishman. Cleared by Tosin as the ball comes into the box. And Neto's done really well to play it off of Rico Henry's face and get the throw. "13 minutes plus added time to go." Here's Enzo. Gets it across the box, or across the pitch rather, to Palmer. Caicedo, Cucurella and George ahead of him. Here is George. 1v1 versus Coyote. Goes inside. Good ball to the back post where Pedro Neto is. Lifted in for the back post. It's going to fall into the middle of the box and no one can get there but a Brentford player. Good work from Tosin to stop Sharda from getting forward, as does Caicedo, who's been fouled, but the referee hasn't given it. Played advantage. James has been fouled this time. We will keep playing forward. Here's Enzo. Plays it forward for Joao Pedro, and the referee's stopped us from taking the free kick quickly for some reason. Oh, because we're bringing on sub. Okay, great. Yeah, nice. Joao Pedro will be the player who's coming off, and it's a debut for the new Argentinian left winger, Alejandro Garnacho. God, get him a goal, man. We know he likes to take shots. That's the one thing about him, is he loves to shoot. If he gets the ball at the edge of the box, you can expect him to try. He's immediately gone out to the left-hand side, so George going into the striker role once again. Here's Caicedo. Chalobah. First touch for Alejandro Garnacho. Here's Tosin. Enzo Fernandez. He's got space to work with here. Here's Pedro Neto. 1v1 versus Rico Henry. He will play it in on his left foot, maybe. Nope. Duke's back. Here's James. Caicedo. Tosin. Back to Fernandez. Here's Pedro Neto. Back to Fernandez. There's a lot of sideways passing here. Not a lot of kind of movement forward. Here's James. Cucurella. Back to Tosin. Caicedo. Garnacho's in loads of space on the left-hand side, as is Pedro Neto on the right, who does receive the ball. Plays it back to Caicedo, who's going to dink it to the back post where Alejandro Garnacho is. And he plays it off the Brentford player, but it will ricochet back to Cucurella. Good work from him to keep it in. Reece James with a Cruyff turn, and he's fouled by Henderson. It's very, very good work from James there. Class as ever. 10 minutes. And a really good position for this free kick. The away fans are making a lot of noise now as well. Taken short and whipped in by Pedro Neto. Goes to the back post, but no one's there. We took the free kick so quickly, I think they actually fooled our own players. Christopher Ayer, who's coming in. As is... I forget who this is. I forget who that is. I know the name. I can't remember his name. Rico Henry will be about to take the throw in. Someone's just gotten a yellow card here. I think it is Rico who has got that yellow for delaying the restart. It might have been for Pinnock, actually. Yeah, it's for Pinnock. Thrown up the pitch by Henry and cleared by Tosin. They're taking their time over everything. That's got to be a yellow, man. Come on. Ball went off the pitch from the throw-in. It will be a Chelsea throw. And now they're going to make their changes. Oh, it's Aaron Hickey, I believe. Yeah, that's who it is. I knew who it was because obviously I'm a Scot. I know who he was. I just couldn't remember his name. I was like, oh yeah, it's Hickey. That's who it is. Dear. Yeah, so it's him and Christopher Ayer coming on. Pinnock coming off. And Coyote, who's been really, really good for them. So it's actually good to see the back of him, honestly. Maybe we can actually make something happen from Garnacho's side now. We've taken the throw. Here's Sanchez. His pass up to Cucurella is a good one. Here's Chalobah. Tosin again. Brentford forwards back off and they kind of settle into their shape. Reece James will switch the ball all the way to Garnacho, but it won't reach there. Cucurella was judged to not be fouled there. And Hickey is going to take 15 years over this throw in, of course. And then he leaves it for the other thing, and he's going to get a yellow for that. Surely he's going to get a yellow for that. Why are they not getting a yellow, man? This is ridiculous. The referee needs to start punishing this shit, because they're just going to keep doing it. I hope all of this gets added on. They might be about like 10 minutes of added time at this rate. Chalobah wins the header up against Sharda once and twice. Ball will fall for Reece James. He plays it forward for Pedro Neto. He needs to support here. He's 1v1. Here's Reece James. Cole Palmer. Garnacho. Tries to take on his man here. Goes around the outside. Lovely ball in. Oh, and it falls for Caicedo. Oh, it's a beauty. It's an absolute rocket from Moises Caicedo. Woohoo! A belter from the blue. The Chelsea blue, as Peter Drury would say. And I think that's a Garnacho assist, by the way. I think. They all ran over to Garnacho. What a belter. As soon as it settled for him, you just knew he was going to hit it. No, it's not. It's a ricochet. It's a ricochet off the Brentford player, but it is him who plays the ball. It's a absolute thunderbolt, and Caoimhín Kelleher cannot reach it. What a strike. Caicedo's never scored a bad goal. He's turning into Pedro for us. We've already got two of the bastards. We might as well have another Pedro. Oh, it's a hell of a strike. I said Kelleher can't get anywhere near it. Come on. I don't know if that's going to count. That might count as a Garnacho assist. I'm not sure. It takes a ricochet, but it's not. I don't think it's a deliberate play of the ball from the defender, so I'm not sure if it counts. And to come from 1-0 down to win 2-1 is what the scoreline kind of looks like so far. And of course, Brentford have made all of these defensive changes and don't have the firepower particularly to go forward and get an equaliser here. They will definitely try though, and the ball is being launched up for Ouattara. Palmer wins the ball back, cleared on the right foot by Cucurella, and Garnacho's going to chase this. Collins will just clear it long. Caicedo forward. It's an offside flag against Tyreek George as the ball was played forward. 4 minutes left, plus whatever time they've added on. Rice who? Here's Ouattara. Falls Caicedo, Cucurella. Deflection, beauty of a save from Sanchez. Oh my god. You know what? Sanchez has been phenomenal today as well. He's another one. He's been putting the team on his back. Because this takes a wicked deflection. It's going into the near post. I think it takes a tiny nick off the studs of Caicedo. And he does... Oh, good reaction from him. He saw Zubimendi's goal and took it personally. For real. Someone's been fouled here and is hurt. I think it's Palmer. No, he's fine. He seems to be up. It's going to be Sharda to take the throw in. They're going to go for a long throw here. They don't have Coyote on the pitch though. And they might regret all the time wasting Brentford here, honestly. Thrown in by Sharda. It's going to fall, but it's another great save from Sanchez. Bro, man, he's crazy. He's been crazy today. No one touches the ball, but it loops up and he has to make a reaction. Brentford corner. I was saying to my household at half time that what a boring game this has been. It's really livened up in this last 10 minutes. Ball into the centre of the box. It falls nicely for Sanchez. He could send Palmer on his way here if he gets forward, but I think he's injured. Sanchez is injured. He's gone down. He's done a hammy. I think he's done a hammy. Oh, the Brentford fans are going to boo him thinking he's doing that deliberately, but I think he's pulled a hammy. Is it just cramp? I hope it's just cramp. Oh, I think it was just a bit of cramp. That was scary the way he went down though. Brentford made a substitution in the middle of that, and I did not pay attention to who it was, if I'm being honest. Sanchez will now launch the ball. 6 added minutes supposedly so far. Ball swept forward by Caicedo, by Chalobah rather. Oh, it's a foul on Reece James in the middle there by Sharda. No complaints there. 6 added minutes. Champions of the World goes out throughout the G-Tech Community Stadium. Reece James takes a free kick. Here's Enzo. Chalobah forward for Tyreek George. Collins wins the ball off him, though. He's got 3 Chelsea players around him. He could lose out here. He's done well. Really, really well, Nathan Collins there. He's going to try and start a fight with George here for no reason. Fucking loser. Ty will get a yellow card for delaying the restart, but there we are. Long ball from Kelleher. It will fall for Pedro Neto, who can just sprint down the right-hand side here and get as far up the pitch as possible. Will win a throw. Reece James to take the throw. The Brentford fans are now booing and whistling. It's not nice when the time wasting happens to your team, is it? You fucking dickheads. Ball lined up for Tyreek George, but it will just fall to Kelleher. Here's Yarmuluk. Rico Henry. It's got Palmer for company. Or rather, it was Enzo who committed the foul in the end. It's going to be a free kick on the touchline here, and they're not taking the ball far enough back, so the referee is complaining. There's clearly a foot in front of the line that the referee has drawn, by the way, and the ref's not doing anything about it. All right. Ball to the back post. Cleared by Chalobah. Hickey. Here's Henderson, who will send it back in to the left-hand side. Reece James is there. Cleared for a throw. Option of a long throw from Sharda here, if they want to take it. I think they will be taking it. Sharda throws the ball in. It'll fall to the back post, and the number 14, has stolen a point at the depth. I think he's offside. Whistles have been blown. I think he might be offside. I'll update it for now. It's Fabio Carvalho. Questions of whether he is onside here. I think he is. I think it's Reece James keeping him on. You got to say, it's fucking annoying because they did all that time wasting and have gotten all this added time and they've scored in the added time. But there we go. There's conversations going on between the captains here and the referees. So I think they might be checking something. VAR check. No, it's a goal. I was going to say, if they were looking for offside, he was definitely not offside. 2 minutes for Chelsea to try and get a winner here. You got to say, I wouldn't say undeserved, but it's slightly against the run of play, let's say, for them to get back into it. Here's Chalobah. There is still time for more drama here. Reece James. The ball's got to go forward, though. And it does from Reece James. Up to Cucurella. It will fall for Garnacho on the left-hand side, who gets it back in for Cole Palmer. It will be cleared, though. Here's Dango Ouattara. Tackled by Cucurella. Wins the ball back. Caicedo intercepts, as ever. Here's Enzo. Forward for Palmer. There's still an opportunity here. Cole Palmer. Alejandro Garnacho. Back to Palmer. Oh. He has to score. You know what? It's been a really decent cameo from Garnacho here, by the way. Interesting to see how much time they add on to the 6 minutes, by the way, because they were time wasting during the 6 minutes, as were we. If they blow this at 6 minutes here, I'm gonna fucking crash out because there's been so much stoppages in this 6 minutes. Cucurella wins the ball. It's fallen for Garnacho. Left hand side. He's gonna run forward here. Dinks it across the box. I think does it take a touch for a goal for a corner, or is it a goal kick? I think it's a goal kick. And they've they've blown it at fucking 96:57. There was way more time than 57 seconds in that thing, but there we are. There we are. You can't say that Brentford didn't deserve at least something from the game. I will say that, but they did play well. But it's one of those fucking frustrating smash and grab ones. We are still undefeated. We do not go to the top of the table, but it's not a loss, and I guess we can take that. Point apiece for the West London derby here. It will feel like a loss, and unfortunately, the efforts of Caicedo and Palmer have kind of gone to waste here by some pretty poor defending from our team overall today. I think it's one of the rare times where we've actually played pretty poorly defensively in recent times. And again, just disappointing for Sanchez too, because he kept us in that for a very long time. I'm just gonna switch over to the bingo card, and we'll do the bingo card. I'll do all my Control Z. I missed Colwell. Yeah, same, honestly. I should always remember to do this before the game starts. I never do, though. Right, let's move over to this. Whoosh. Let's check the things off the bingo card as ever. Forgot the timer. I did forget the timer in the second half. Caicedo, player of the match. Oh. Could it be a Caicedo player of the match? He does get the quote-unquote winner before, obviously, it doesn't end up being the winner, and he was actually really good throughout the game. I could argue him being player of the match. We'll come back to that. We don't get a Santos Moises sub. We don't get a clean sheet. We don't get a Nacho goal. We do get a Hato app. We don't really get Caicedo enemy number 1 here. We do get a Sanchez wonder save, though. I always do this, so I'm going to take this one. Unlikely goal scorer. I guess Moises Caicedo is an unlikely goal scorer, to be fair. We'll take that. I don't think I turned foreign today, unless you guys can think of anything. I can't think of anything. Mark return Golazo again. We couldn't get this before. Maresca ball in full flow. We didn't really see this today. Did I swear at the refs? I don't think I did. I think the ref had a pretty decent game so far, except for the time at the end. But there we are. Didn't really have the why isn't it black and white thing. A worldie. We do get a worldie from Moises Caicedo, I will say. We do get over 2 common players. Yeah, we have Trev, Ty, and James on the pitch all at the same time. Do not get a correct prediction. We don't get Gitten's goal/assist, and honestly, he was utterly woeful. James assist, no. Debut, we do get a debut. We get 2 debuts, one for Garnacho and one for Buonanotte, who I think played pretty well. Weird sub. Can't think of a weird sub. I did think it was a bit weird to take Gittins off for Palmer rather than it be, you know, straight swap and Palmer not coming on for someone else. But apart from that, I think that's pretty okay. VAR goal, no, we don't get this. Top of the league, we don't get this. We don't get a win. It's kind of frustrating because it's like, it's one of those ones where like we could be like, I'm not annoyed because again, Brentford played really, really well, but it's one of those things where it feels like we did it to ourselves, and that's what's annoying. What should we take for the free space? We'll take a free space for, you know what? I'm gonna take a free space for Moises Caicedo getting a goal because it doesn't happen very often. So I'll take a free space there. We unfortunately do not get any bingos today. I didn't think we would get one considering a lot of the stuff was kind of, you know, over by the time that lineups came out. So there's that. I could take the Caicedo enemy number 1 thing. I'm trying to think of a tackle that he made that was fine that they penalised. I don't think there was any. I really want to take that so I can get the bingo, but we can't. Yeah, again, I think it was very much a matter of today, just like our defence really letting down the rest of the team. I don't think particularly that, you know, even Cucurella, who usually is great for us, I don't think even him when he came off the bench was particularly good. I think our attacking players were decent, but yeah, we didn't really shore up defensively enough. I don't think Toasted and Trev did good enough as a back 2. So it's one of those. It's one of those annoying things. But to be fair, like again, resting players, we're focusing more on Bayern. As long, I will say that this is fine. This is a fine result as long as we go to the Allianz and we beat Bayern Munich. If we beat Bayern Munich at the Allianz, this makes no difference to me, honestly, because that's the reason why we were so bad in the first half, because we were sacrificing players for that game. So, but yeah, thank you guys for hanging out as ever. We unfortunately do not get a bingo. We will be back for that game at the Allianz because I assume it will be on TNT Sports and I will be able to do a watch along. Let me check when that is. I know it's very, very soon. We've got 4 away games in about the space of 10 days. So let me take a quick look at when our next game is. That is on Wednesday the 17th and it's at 8 o'clock kickoff as again. So this will be same kind of time that we started today, where it's you know, 7:45 ish kickoff for that game. That's going to be a fun one to Fun one to watch, honestly, and a little bit nerve-wracking. But yeah, good to see us back in the Champions League, honestly, and that's the main thing. So that will hopefully be a good game. Let's quickly check the table. Where do we actually end up after today? We end up in 5th place, and we are hang on, are we tying on points with anyone? No, we are the sole 5th place on 8 points, with Bournemouth, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Arsenal ahead of us by 1 point at the moment. Liverpool, if they win tomorrow, will go top with 12. So there we are. Again, still undefeated. Can't complain too much, but yeah, it is one of those ones that's just like, ugh, it leaves a sour taste in the mouth, doesn't it? It's just like really annoying. Can I read your question? What do you say? I'm scrolling. I can't see what you said. Am I going crazy? Oh, it's not. Oh, wait, hang on. Does Caicedo need to play? I did read this. I just didn't respond to it. Does Caicedo need to play any better to surpass Kante, or does he need to play at his level for 5+ more seasons? I think when it comes to Caicedo, and this is going to sound really silly because this is very much a team thing, Caicedo will never surpass Kante until he wins the same amount of trophies or wins similar trophies. If Caicedo leads us to a UCL win or a Premier League win, then he can get up there. But there's no way that we're comparing him so far. And again, it's kind of way too early to judge Moy in that way anyway. He's only like, what, 22, 23? Like, come on. Kante is a legend. He's always going to be. I said it's probably going to take. I will say if Caicedo keeps up the way he is playing for about 2 or 3 more years, like the way he's playing now, and we get again Premier League titles, more trophies domestically or Champions Leagues, then we can say he's getting up there. But I think it is rather disrespectful to kind of compare the two at the moment. But I said I do think that Caicedo has more potential than Kante ever did, just because he's better. I feel like he's better on the ball. But time will tell whether he can fulfill that, and time will tell whether we can stop being silly and actually start converting some of these annoying games into wins. But yeah, as I said, thank you guys for hanging out as ever. I will be ending the stream here. It's very late and my throat is dying. We will be back on, I forgot what it was already. Is it Wednesday? Did I say Wednesday? Yes, we'll be back on Wednesday at 7:45 for the watch-along against Bayern. And there should be some kind of tactical breakdown or post-match video apart from this. After this, coming in between those 2 games. As I said, we've got a lot of games coming up in this next 10 days, so I'm probably not going to be able to do, both a watch along and a video for all of the games. But yeah, let's keep the blue flag flying high. This is a disappointing result, but you have to take them on the chin. But yeah, keep the blue flag flying high. Thank you guys for hanging out.